Hey guys, I have a layout share for you for the Crate Paper. It's an On Trend kit. It was On Trend and random paper lines I put together, and I made a few layouts. I have a lot of paper left. I just had a hard time using some of it for some reason. I don't know if it was just because I was getting low on embellishments that I would use. I'm not for sure. Anyway, I am able to throw away two of these guys here. I just punched out some of the ones that were left, and they're so flimsy and they're so hard to store, so I'm happy to have those in the trash can. And then here's just all the different pieces of papers I have left. I used some of this, have a lot of it left. I didn't use this at all. I'm just going to put this with my stash. It's actually Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party, so I may just pull it out when I pull some of her product back out for a kit one of these days. And then I have quite a bit of the paper pad left, but I did get some of it used, and yeah, so there's a paper. And then here's just all that I have left. This is all the punch outs from those two sheets, the butterflies that I had, and then all the bits and pieces that I had to start with. So not too bad. I didn't use any of these. I only have two of these left. I think I maybe had 3 or 4 things on here, so I used about half of that package. I used a few of these. These are from my Mind's Eye. Those will just go in my Project Life stash. I think I used one of the flowers. I think this had 4, and I used one. These are really cute. I wish I had these out when I did my book club layout, because that would have been cute. But I'll do more book club layouts, so that'll be good. I didn't end up using any of those. I don't think. No, I didn't. I think the purple threw me off. There wasn't any purple in this line at all. Got a few of these used up, and got a good part of the borders used up. Just have a few of those left. Got some more of the stickers used up. This I think I could just cut in half and throw that away, and then just put that in my sticker stash. And then I got a few more of these used up. So not too bad. They're pretty well used, everything but the paper. So not too bad. And just as a reminder, I ended up had pulled one other stamp set initially with this kit. And when I decided to just focus on this kit, or on this stamp set, I put that away. I didn't end up using it. So this is a stamp set that I was challenging myself to use. This is from Ellie Edwards from a few months ago. It was the very first month I got, the first month I've worked with, and it's just about kind of the imperfections of our life. And so I had gone through some of the photos I had pulled for this in my last video that has Ellie Edwards in the title. And so I did get some of those stories told, not all of them. That was a lot of photos, and I was, like I said, I was done with this kit. So I'll just show you what I made. Okay, so I made this 8.5 by 11 layout, and used 2 pictures of myself. And then the stamp that I used was "I am the sum of all my stories I learned from yesterday, I embrace today." And this isn't a really heavy journaling one, but I just talked about how the last 10 years have been hard, but I know that life isn't, we're not promised an easy life, and it's just how we handle it and deal with it. And anyway, so I just have this smile that I put even during tough times. So I was able to use that little die cut piece there, and then 2 die cuts there, one here that's pop dotted, and then just some pattern paper, and then part of a border strip down here, and then some washi from my stash. So a really easy layout, just kind of a self-reflection one. And then I did this one here, and this one was about the mice that visit us every once in a while. And so I used the 2 photos together, one of my dog sniffing it out, and then one of me trapping it. And I just told the story about how when it gets cold, we live out in the country, and our cat, now we have 7 cats, but we have great mousers, but sometimes they get in other ways to our house and for warmth. And I just talked about my really poor response to that, and how my husband has to kind of come to save the day. But I just did like a blue paper, just did a really thin matting on the top and the bottom, and then use this orange. And And mostly I just wanted to get some of that blue in because there's a lot of blue in the photos. And then I just used some of the black and cream stuff. So I used this 3D embellishment here. I pulled these alphas from my stash, but then here's the stamp from the stamp set. It says 2-story. And then I also used the Here's What's Real Right Now, and then just journaled here. So really, really easy, really, really simple layout. There we go. Okay. And then this one was a layout about moving and the mixed emotions with that. And here I just layered, I think I have like, I think that was a scrap of paper, and then these are 2 6x6 papers, I think, and then maybe another 6x6. So I use like 3 or 4 6x6 papers on this one. And then I use up the border strip here. These are from my stash. And then I did use one of these. I didn't use any of the others though. I just used one of these and backed it with this denim paper just to tie that in. And then pulled a sticker from the sticker sheet and journaled a little bit on that. And then more specifically journaled on each side. So here is all the things I was excited for about the new house, and here's all the things I was going to miss about our old house. And so I titled it Mixed Emotions and put that in the middle of the two thought processes. And then the stamp I used was the facts and the feelings, and I just kind of stamped that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times around. And the little, these were in the punch out sheet. I just used one of those there just to add some black up there. And again, pretty simple, kind of a different color scheme for me. Again, just the purples, blues, and browns, and just a little different. But I like how it turned out, and it tells a really good story. So, and then this one was a story about April 4th and April 5th. Those 2 days. April 4th is the main day, but April 5th, which happens to be my birthday, is also kind of goes along with the whole story. Those 2 days together, and just talking about how that day is the day that my dad died, and also the day that my mom got her cancer diagnosis, and also the day that 2 years later that she found out that she was going to be that she only had a few days left. She was going into hospice. And so I talked about, this was actually, my brother and I had decorated my dad's grave on the day that we had just found out that my mom was going into hospice. And so that was very specific to that day, but I talked about just the history of that day. And the stamp I used was a story of a challenging time, and the facts and the feelings. And I just layered some different pattern papers and used some gray thickers from my stash. And I use this wood grain cream just because I thought that matched with like the cemetery, because cemeteries are pretty much just trees and the gravestones. So that went well. Okay. Sorry, depressing, but that's what the stamp set. The stamp set isn't necessarily about depressing stuff. It's just about dealing with real life, and so a lot of my stories ended up being kind of more sadder, like challenging stories. This one is a little bit brighter, but it was still from my husband's dad. My husband's dad's funeral. But I more focused on just how blessed we were to spend all this time with family, because he was sick for a couple weeks, and so we had family stay with us and family kind of in and out of our town for like a good 2 weeks. And so I kind of more focused on just being able to spend time with the family, and so I put an embrace and celebrate up here, and then here's what's real right now, because it was right after their dad's funeral, I should say. But I used two of the transparent Project Life cards, and then just kind of embellished around. Like I put this on top of the photos and put wonderful family. Those letters are from my stash, and then just layered some different, I kind of used this sticker here and pulled in some of the teal and some of the blue and the pink, and just try to kind of get it all covered. And then I have this kind of black and cream that more follows the feel of the funeral layouts, because where a lot of us are wearing black. So thought that worked out just fine. So, and then this one's a double pager with layout with a Project Life, and this was about my mom's chemo, pictures from her chemo treatment. And so I did, and honestly, the way I figured out like which ones to do on the layout is I had 4 horizontal and 2 vertical. So it just made sense to put my 4 horizontal together in one of these. And I have some of these that have both, but that just fit for me, and then just use the 2 horizontal for this layout. And so I just kind of did a lot of layering, like my typical style. I wanted to really pull in this burgundy color, and I thought that the purple in that My Mind's Eye Project Life kit was going to go really well, and it's not horrible, but it's a little bit too more purpley than I thought. But these some of these border strips and embellishments from one of the lines had this deep red in it. So I just kind of pulled it all together, and then just ended up adding a variety of different colors, and it was fine. And so over here I used 2 of the My Mind's Eye cards, and then just try to keep all the colors in here and pull it over here in some fashion. So I used the other part of this card, I just tucked it in there, and then this part of this here I tucked in there, and then made sure I got some of that royal blue that's in the photo with the teal that I have kind of over here, and more of the navy blue or the royal blue there, and then this pattern again, which follows, has that deep red in it that ties to this, and then just a butterfly here because I had some butterflies going on over here as well. And I love that this card said "You were inspiring today," because that was absolutely perfect. And then as far as the stamp, I have "Here's what's real right now" stamped there, and then also here on top of the washi tape, and then I put "Story of a Challenging Time" and "Tomorrow's a Whole New Day," just because she usually felt good the day after chemo. It was the 2 days after that she felt really bad. So anyway, so there's those, and those are my real life layouts. And it was really nice to dig deep and kind of tell some, not so easy stories. I encourage you all to do that every once in a while. It's very therapeutic, and it gets the story written, and I think that these are the layouts that my kids will probably cherish more than anything, because I told a deeper part of our life. And anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to move on to the next month, which I think is maybe November-ish, or if I'm just going to maybe try to get online and do a class and just pull a kit out and just scrapbook, on a more or less serious level. We'll see what I end up doing here. So I should be back soon with some kind of share as far as a kit or what I'm going to work on next. So we will be back soon. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.